Alright everyone, Grandpa Joe is being weird again. I guess he, skipped a dose of his Alzheimer's meds before he was doing the Native American Day speech where he's talking about the 5 tribes and Jill Biden going to help little Navajo children set up schools and stuff like that. Schools that'll be overrun with corruption and child abuse because they have their own legal authority on reservations. By the way, just a reminder, I support ending the reservation system. If you really want to uplift these people, take some of that tribal land, carve it apart, give it directly to the people that are part of that tribe that are registered, and dissolve the reservation itself completely. Privatize it. Hey, we're still giving him the same exact land. It's just that now they own it individually. We don't have the casino corruption. We don't have the bullshit grifting going on where people are nickel and dimed by the welfare system. Effectively, you're keeping people in perpetual poverty and misery on these reservations because of the corruption with which they operate. It's basically, at this point, a lot of the reservations out in the West, especially the Southwest, only exist because nothing else profitable can go there. And so you simply make your minstrel casino, and then you pump welfare money into the area because you know that nothing significant will ever develop in the wasteland that you've so generously given to the people that were once there anyway. That's basically what it is. It's a giant grift. Politicians don't dare to suggest getting rid of the system for fear of being called racist. But now Biden, he did decide to go full bigot. I guess he's worried. Link in the description. Watch it. It's not archived. It's just a video link. Biden appears to indicate that he's worried that Jill Biden is going to get seduced by a Navajo or something like that. I'm serious. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Straight out of Biden's mouth, by the way, in this particular clip. He has a tendency to say that too. He's like, he gets faux incredulous as a comedic effect. It is amusing because he can't carry through with it because he's elderly and demented. Take a look at this, though. He's talking about Jill Biden going there to help, fund schools and shit like fundraising, and she hammers a couple nails in, stages for a photo, has some tacos that are totally authentic out of, Elizabeth Warren's cookbook. Lots of mayonnaise in those, by the way, the fish tacos. And then, she leaves and she says, oh my God, I was around people that don't look like me. I need to take a shower the second that we get back. And you know that she's like that. She poses for the photo op and then she uses hand sanitizer. We've had examples of people in politics like this before. She just manages to make it look better than the average used car salesman politician. Except when she starts talking about breakfast tacos. It's interesting. You've got the fish tacos thing from Warren. You've got breakfast tacos from Jill Biden. You've got the fake scandal over the taco bowl at Trump Tower. You've got the guacamole from Jeb Bush. What is it about tacos and guacamole and Mexican food specifically that keeps enshrining U.S. politics over the last few years? It gets mentioned constantly. So it's almost like a modern-day fried chicken and watermelon sort of shtick. It's like a fucking minstrel show. Anyway, if you watch the clip, he is pretending here. I don't think that he's actually scared that Jill Biden will wander off with some native chief or something like that. It's still a gaffe, though, because the way that he phrases it, it makes it sound like he's, an old bigoted white man, so to speak, who's afraid that the ethnic over there is going to steal his wife or something like that's going to happen. It's depraved mentally. It was unadvisable. You know that this was an off-script moment, too, by the way. He was not following the teleprompter. You can tell because he's looking at the crowd instead of at notes or instead of a screen behind him. He's actually looking down into the crowd when he says this. This was one of his witty moments. This is what happens when Joe Biden is not using some sort of script or some sort of teleprompt, which should be worrisome, I think, to the Democrats if they intend crazily enough to field him as the 24 candidate. He's not always going to be able to have notes with him. He will have to perform several presidential debates unless he drums up the fear-mongering over a pandemic again and says, well, it's too risky. We've got a new variant. It's the same as the old variant, but I'm not going to show up because I need to go get jabbed a couple more times first, and it's just no time to do it. Sorry, Big Don, but I can't sit here and be your punching bag for the next hour and a half. I suspect that'll probably be the case regardless of who the GOP's nominee is. It's probably going to be Trump. Oh boy, won't that be fun. They'll have to have a debate over Zoom call so that Joe Biden can have little colorful flashcards in the background. It'd be really funny. So yes, Joe Biden is worried. Jill Biden may never return at any given point when she goes back to the Navajo Nation or the Cherokee Nation because she's so enamored to their culture. I'm sure she totally doesn't look down on them like the help the second that she's back in her limo. She totally loves these people. Oh my God, I feel like I'm part Native American too, she says as Elizabeth Warren strides next to her. We get a never-ending goddamn cavalcade of this horse shit from the Biden administration, and it's getting more and more common. Much like Joe Biden falling down, forgetting where he is, sometimes forgetting who other people are. How long is it going to be until he forgets who he is? That's the big over and under. I give it a year. That's about all. Peace out.